Welcome to Above Intelligent. Imagine waking up in the morning and realizing, just for a moment, that you have the power to create the life you want. Not by chance, not by luck, but by understanding the mechanics of how reality is shaped. What if everything you've been conditioned to believe about change, about your identity, about what's possible, is only a fraction of the truth? Most people don't wake up as creators. They wake up as reactors, immediately thinking about the problems they had yesterday, the stresses waiting for them today. Their mind scans for all the reasons why life is hard, why change is difficult, and their body follows suit, producing the same chemical responses of stress, anxiety, or frustration before the day has even begun. And here's the key. The body doesn't know the difference between an emotion created by a real event and one created purely by thought. If you start your morning with the same thoughts and emotions you've had for years, you're not just thinking about your past, you're reliving it every single day. When your body memorizes those emotions, they become your identity. They become your addiction. And like any addiction, the moment you try to break free, resistance kicks in. The mind whispers, "Not today. You're too tired. You'll never change." And most people, they listen. But what if someone told you that change isn't about willpower? That it's not about forcing yourself into a better life? What if change is simply a formula, a process, one that can be replicated, measured, and mastered? This is where the magic begins. For decades, science has told us that our personalities are fixed, that our brains are hardwired by the time we reach adulthood. But we now know that's simply not true. Every day, every moment, your brain is being reshaped by your thoughts, your emotions, and your experiences. And if you can become aware of the unconscious programs running your life, if you can step outside of them just long enough, you gain the power to rewrite them. Now, imagine someone sitting in meditation, their body restless, their mind racing. They're used to distraction, used to movement, used to doing. But suddenly, they're asked to just be. To sit with all the emotions they've avoided, all the discomfort they've suppressed. And this is the critical moment. At first, the body resists. The cravings for the familiar kick in. But if they stay with it, if they observe instead of react, something miraculous happens. The old self begins to dissolve. The body, no longer getting the chemical rush of stress or fear, starts to settle into something new. The brain waves shift, the heart rate slows. And in this space, where the past no longer holds them, a new future can begin to emerge. This is not theory. This is science. And it's something every single person is capable of doing. So the question is, what reality are you creating? Let's go deeper. Picture this. A person wakes up in the morning and immediately starts thinking about everything they need to do. Before they even get out of bed, their mind is running. And as they begin recalling their problems, perhaps financial stress, relationship issues, or work pressures, those thoughts trigger familiar emotions. Maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's frustration, maybe it's guilt. And here's the incredible thing. The moment they start feeling those emotions, their brain starts scanning their environment for reasons to justify them. Their body, now conditioned by years of stress responses, starts craving the familiar chemical cocktail of worry, doubt, or fear. And without even realizing it, they have reaffirmed their identity. They step into the same routine. They get into their car, drive the same route, see the same people, experience the same emotional triggers, and by the end of the day, their past has dictated their present, which means their future will look exactly the same. Now, what happens when they try to change? The body rebels. If someone has spent years feeling unworthy, their cells have adapted to that state. The moment they try to feel worthy, their body says, "This isn't normal." The discomfort creeps in. The cravings return. And this is why most people quit before real transformation takes place. Now imagine something different. Imagine waking up, and instead of reaching for the familiar thoughts of worry and stress, you make a conscious choice. You begin by placing your attention on the future you want to create. And instead of waiting for success, happiness, or love to arrive before you feel the emotions that come with them, you generate those emotions first. Because here's what's so powerful. Your brain and body don't know the difference between an experience that happens in reality and one that you fully create in your mind. If you can sit in meditation and cultivate the feeling of abundance, your body believes abundance is already here. If you can generate the emotion of love before the partner arrives, your energy shifts to attract love. This isn't wishful thinking. This is neuroscience. When you break free from the chemicals of the past and begin to live in the emotions of your desired future, something astonishing happens. Your brain starts rewiring. Your heart starts synchronizing. When you stop perceiving reality through your senses and instead become pure awareness, you are no longer bound by the limitations of space and time. In quantum physics, we call this the field, the invisible energy that connects everything in existence. What we now understand is that this field does not operate according to the rules of three-dimensional reality. In three-dimensional reality, if you want something, you have to go out and get it. You work harder, put in more time, push, struggle, and force outcomes. That's cause and effect. But when you operate from the quantum, you don't wait for your external world to change before you feel better. You generate the feeling first. Think about this. Every thought you have creates an electrical signal in the brain. Every emotion you feel creates a magnetic field in the heart. Your thoughts send the signal out, and your emotions draw the experience back to you. This is how you tune yourself to a future reality. The quantum field does not respond to what we want. It responds to who we are being. If you feel unworthy, powerless, or stuck in fear, your electromagnetic field is broadcasting that frequency. And because the field can only reflect back a reality that matches those emotions. But if you learn to regulate your brain waves, create coherence in the heart, and embody the emotions of your future before it happens, then the field begins to respond in ways that defy logic. Your state of mind determines your state of being. And science has shown us that different brainwave states correlate to different levels of consciousness. In our normal waking state, the brain is in beta waves. Beta is useful for focusing and analyzing, but when we are in high beta, the state of stress and survival, the brain is fragmented, incoherent, and working overtime. This is when people feel anxious, overwhelmed, and trapped in negative loops. When we slow down the brain from beta to alpha waves, something remarkable happens. Alpha is the bridge between the conscious and subconscious mind. This is where imagination, creativity, and deep learning occur. It's the state you enter when you're deeply relaxed or daydreaming. Going even deeper, theta waves are where true transformation begins. This is the brainwave state of deep meditation and hypnosis. In theta, the analytical mind shuts down, and we gain direct access to the subconscious, where our most deeply ingrained beliefs and habits reside. This is where real change happens. And then there's gamma, the mystical state. Gamma waves are associated with heightened perception, unity, and expanded awareness. When people enter high gamma states in meditation, they often report spontaneous healings, profound insights, or even transcendental experiences. Their bodies flood with regenerative chemicals, their DNA expression shifts, and they experience a level of interconnectedness that is beyond words. The pineal gland and Kundalini awakenings. The pineal gland, often referred to as the third eye, plays a pivotal role in human consciousness and spiritual awakening. Ancient cultures and modern science alike recognize its importance in connecting to higher states of awareness. When activated, the pineal gland acts as a biological antenna, allowing us to receive information beyond the physical senses. One of the most profound ways to activate the pineal gland is through Kundalini awakening. Kundalini energy, which lies dormant at the base of the spine, can be awakened through deep meditation, breath work, and specific energetic practices. As this energy rises up the spinal column, it passes through the chakra system, ultimately reaching the pineal gland. This activation leads to states of deep insight, vivid mystical experiences, and heightened intuition. Scientific research shows that the pineal gland secretes dimethyltryptamine, aka DMT, a compound associated with altered states of consciousness. When individuals experience Kundalini awakening, they often report seeing intense visions, feeling profound love and unity, and gaining insights that transcend ordinary perception. By learning to activate the pineal gland and harness Kundalini energy, we open ourselves to limitless possibilities, experiencing life not just as a material journey, but as a deeply spiritual evolution. So how do we use this knowledge to create the future we desire? It all comes down to emotions. Most people wait for success to feel empowered. They wait for love to feel whole. They wait for external circumstances to change before they allow themselves to feel different. But in doing so, they are reinforcing the old reality, keeping their brain and body trapped in the past. Instead, the secret is to teach your body what your future feels like before it happens. When you generate the emotions of love, abundance, and gratitude ahead of time, you create a state of coherence between the brain and heart. Coherence is the key. When the heart is in a state of rhythm and order, it sends a highly organized signal to the brain. The brain then shifts into a more synchronized, powerful state, which influences the nervous system, immune system, and even the expression of your genes. Studies have shown that people who practice heart-brain coherence experience increased resilience, higher creativity, improved immune function, and even changes in their microbiome. So the real work is not to fight against your current reality, but to embody the energy of the future you want to experience. When you maintain that state consistently, the quantum field begins to organize reality in ways that align with your new vibration. People who engage in this work wake up one morning and realize their pain is gone, their anxiety has disappeared, and their dream job appeared out of nowhere. But it didn't come out of nowhere. They created it by shifting their consciousness first. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and energy with the life you want to live, you step into the role of the creator. You move beyond matter and start influencing the invisible forces that shape reality. This is why the ancient wisdom traditions spoke about the power of presence, gratitude, and inner stillness. They understood that true creation happens not when you chase something outside of you, but when you become the energy of that future now. So here's an invitation. Are you ready to step beyond your limitations and start living the future you desire today? If this message resonates, if you're ready to take control of your mind and body and create a new reality, then start today. Train your mind to think greater than your environment. Teach your body how to feel beyond its past and step into the unknown with trust, not fear. If this message resonates with you, if you feel that shift happening within you, then I encourage you, like, subscribe, and join us on this journey. Because together, we are stepping into a new world, and it all begins with a single decision.